uSports Central, Adam Deal, Charles Ashley. We just talked with head coach Adrian Ortega. He's always fun to have on this show. He had a championship run last year. I think he's doing a great job with his young guards and developing them this year, Charles.
I love to see when the coaches come through. I've gotten to know a lot of these coaches over the years of being opponents and our competitive nature. Sometimes we don't get to sit down and have just a normal chat. He's a great guy, funny guy. I've had conversations with him outside of just the studio. So all those guys are good guys. Schreier, Ortega, Jimenez, Coach Brown, great guys to be around. So I always love when they come through to just talk to us.
All right, well, it's time to do a little friendly debating and chatting. It's 3 and out, and the New Mexico Lobos took on Air Force, of course, last night at the Pit. It's a 60-48 win for the Lobos. So they go 4-1. Yep. In conference play. Coach Neal really not happy with his team's performance, but happy where his team is at.
I like that picture.
I'll tell you what, I think Coach Neal's doing a great job coaching. He's really finding where his players in rotation is. They're having to go 11 deep, Charles, because they just can't find the right flow. But I think obviously Sam Logwood with 17 points last night. He had 15 points a couple nights or a few Mountain West games before that against Colorado State. He's growing up before our eyes, and we see the potential of this team. Can they compete for the Mountain West Championship?
Look, we've said it the entire season so far. It's a different type of team. Coach Neal deserves tons of credit for what's going on right now. He's truly earning that money that we're paying him. That he's earning it because he's going through different rotations. He's finding different ways to win. He had to modify the team because a scorer like Cullen is out. And yet and still, with all of that, Adam, they're in a good position to at least compete for the title. Wyoming goes down last night to San Diego State. Now there's a logjam at the top as for first place. I think the Lobos, if they keep playing this way, they'll be just fine. All the games are going to be like this. There's not going to be blowouts and smooth sailing. It's going to have to be meticulous, good defense, make your shots.
Winning on the road is going to win the Mountain West Conference, and I think that's why San Diego State now has the edge after the win in Wyoming against the Cowboys, who are having a fantastic season. But now we're in a 3-way jumble right now for first place, which is fine, but wins on the road against the big teams is going to have to happen. I think that's why winning at Utah State was very important, because I think teams like SDSU and Wyoming could lose at Utah State, but the Lobos are going to have to win at Colorado State or at Wyoming, I think, to give themselves an advantage. Obviously, they're going to have to hold home court, but winning on the road wins this conference this year,
definitely.
Charles.
So San Diego State, big-time win against Wyoming going to Laramie. You have a Colorado State that had a good win against Nevada last night, so they're gaining some confidence. Fresno State flying under the radar. They're 4-1. So as the log jam continues, you're right. Those road wins are going to be so pivotal going into that Mountain West Conference tournament, because you want to get that regular season tournament. If you get the regular season tournament championship, that 1 seed, and you know how well the fans travel to UNLV, it'll be a good showing for the Lobos, I think.
Well, the New Mexico Lobos had big production from Arthur Edwards. Only 10 points, but he was 3 of 5 from the field.
Productive.
And I'll tell you what, and he looked sharp shooting from the three. I mean, he looked comfortable. If the Lobos can get a couple of those from Sam Logwood, a couple from Arthur Edwards, some deep ball, then it opens up their penetration. It opens up what they could do on the inside. I think it's huge. Arthur Edwards starting to progress as well, I think, into his role and his play on this team.
Yeah, the irony of it is Edwards was kind of jumbled into Neal's, hey, if these guys aren't showing body language and want to be a part of this, I'm going to take minutes away. He responded with playing well. That's what I like to see. A lot of people overlook things like that. I love it when a player knows that, hey, I'm not doing my job. Coach is calling me out. Players are calling me out. Not by name. You know when it's you, which Goodman knows is him. You see his minutes declining. You see other players starting to step up. Logwood, he's going to be so big for the Lobos going further into the season.
Real quick, I want to get into Jordan Goodman. Is he not fitting on this team? Is he not getting a good relationship with Craig Neal? Because it's what it seems like. It doesn't seem like he's gelling. I don't know if he's going to be back this next season.
Well, and sometimes players just don't fit. It happens at all programs. There's guys who go to Louisville or Kentucky, they don't fit in. There's players that come here or go to St. Mary's or wherever, and sometimes that chemistry is not there. The people who probably were responsible for recruiting them, the Craig Snows, Brandon Masons, they're gone. That puts a strain on a lot of things. So who knows what's going on within the walls of the Lobo basketball team, but at the end of the day, you're brought in here to play basketball and to perform. He's not doing it right now. Find someone else that's doing it.
Well, let's move on here on 3 and Out, and let's talk about now the future and what that holds. And the next game for the New Mexico Lobos is against Boise State. 1-3 in Mountain West play. Boise, fresh off a win against your guy, the UNLV Running Rebels.
Just
Come on, don't act like
look,
you
because
didn't like
I'm
the Running Rebels.
Because I'm from there, they have to be my guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, who wasn't a Rebel fan when Larry Johnson was around?
You went to high school in Vegas. You're a Vegas fan. No, I'm just kidding. But so they're taking on Boise State. Now, obviously, Drimmich is out, their best player for the rest of the season. That's huge.
Yeah.
Boise State's got to come to the pit. I don't like this Sunday tip-off, especially during the NFC AFC Championship games. I think it will withhold some of the crowd. I really do. I don't like the Sunday game. I think it should be Saturday. I think that actually hurts New Mexico. Got to hold home court, though. Got to win this game.
Got to hold home court. I don't know I think it's going to be an electric atmosphere because Boise, albeit they're 1-3 in the Mountain West Conference, you still have Derek Marks there averaging nearly 18 points a game. He can light it up. The senior from Chicago, big-time player. Boise need this win. That's what's more dangerous to me. Teams that come into a game knowing that they need to get a win because they've fallen behind early in the standings. So Boise's going to be hungry. The Sunday crowd, no one works on Monday because we're going to celebrate MLK Day. We're going to work, though. We'll be here giving you all the latest from what happened.
No one works on Monday except for us.
See?
Okay.
Anyway, I think it's going to be a good game. But you're right. I would rather be at home watching those football games.
Well, that's all. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing. But New Mexico, again, they cannot slip up. Listen, a win here, and they're going to travel to San Jose State. Okay, obviously a very winnable game how San Jose State's playing. The Lobos potentially can then be 6-1 in Mountain West Conference play heading into a tough environment at Thomas and Mack Center against UNLV.
Yeah, tough environment, but
winnable.
Yeah, very winnable. This is a UNLV team that lost to Nevada, a team that just got destroyed last night by Colorado State. Then they turn around, they lose to a Boise team. They're not clicking at all. If you win this Boise game, you go to San Jose State, get another win, you're confident, you're going into a UNLV team that's probably going to be struggling at that time. And if the guys are making their shots, the fans aren't going to be there. That's Rebel fans. If we're not winning out there in UNLV, no one's going to the game. So it'll be the Thomas and Mack, but it'll be more Lobo fans there. I can guarantee that.
I think it's a 3-team race, Charles. I think it's Wyoming, San Diego State, and I think it's New Mexico. Now, I will say this. New Mexico is not making the NCAA tournament without a Mountain West Conference regular season win or obviously an automatic bid in the tournament. So that is the only way they're getting in. So crucial games coming up for the Lobos. Come on back, more 3 and Out when you return. It's uSports Central. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.